How you guys doing? We're going to take a look at another software you can use for your iPad, iPhone, which is the for field recording audio, which is called PCM Recorder. And actually, it's really made if you own the this is the Tascam IM2, which is an add-on. You plug it into your 30-pin port for your iPhone, and allows you to take professional recordings. Now, you can also use it to is just with the iPhone mic or even an external mic hooked up to your iPhone jack. And so we're going to actually take a look at the software. Now, I had some problems when I was using the Fire 2 recorder. It had plenty of options, but it was a little bit too much for me if I needed to record something in a hurry. And this is much simpler, easier to use, and much more faster. Plus, it has some things that the other things don't have, like a dB meter, which is a little bit way of doing it. Now, if you just use it on your iPhone, iPad, you're only going to get mono. Now, if you use the IM2 connector, mic connector up to the iPhone or iPad, you'll be able to do stereo recordings. Now, this is actually done on my iPad too, so it looks slightly different. Normally, you wouldn't see all the options on the left. You would actually have to click a little gear bar and would open that up at the bottom. Now, like I said, I like the much simpler interface. Now, if you look here toward the top, you can set this for input levels, and it defaults to the little tick mark about 80% the way up, so you can adjust your input level depending on how hot your mic or input's coming in. And like I said, mono is set by default unless you have a stereo mic input. And of course, down here you can set the monitoring, or if you play back the audio file once you get done. Now, this is done entirely, it's just 44 kilohertz at 16 bits. Now, if you use the Tascam IM2, I think you can get up to 48 kilohertz or something like that. Still not a big option, but the mic's actually much better than the built-in one because it's stereo, and you can position the mics independently of each other. So obviously, to make a recording, now you would have to push the record button once. It goes into standby mode. As you can see, the dB meter's working. And that's one of the things that the Fire 2 field recorder didn't have. No way to really monitor the decibels. It did give you a meter, but it didn't really have any number to represent the type of input, which I really needed. And it seems to be a little bit hot, so we're going to actually lower it down slightly, just like so. And of course, you got many type of settings here. Now, if I push it once more, then it's going to start recording. We're going to record here in a minute. And you can adjust a little bit the high EQ and low EQ on the bottom. You also have, it's called a low cut, and kind of takes out the lower frequencies. Like if it's in a windy situation, it'll get rid of some of that rumble. You see here. Now, this is what I messed up on the first time when I tried to use the Tascam PCM recorder. I couldn't get the recorded audio files to play back using the app. I actually have to download it to the computer and then listen to it there. What I didn't know is this little speaker has to be activated. And let me see if I can get this to work. And then once you hit the speaker button, then you can play the recorded audio. Now, by default, if you're setting in standby recording, the speaker is disconnected simply because you could possibly cause a feedback loop, causing you to record the audio that you're trying to monitor at the same time, and then that would be really bad. So that's one of the things they do to prevent this while you're in standby record mode. Limiter, you can help you if the input's way too loud, causing a possible distortion of the audio. You can set that to the limiter. And let's go ahead and do a quick recording. This is a test of the PCM field recorder. Okay, we're going to see if we can get this to play back. And hopefully you'll be able to hear that once this recording gets finished. And you can also do it, we're going to go to Files, and you can choose what file you're going to listen to. You can load up, delete, rename, or constantly loop through the entire audio files that you have. Sharing, oh, for some reason, Now, this works fine on my iPhone. This is the iPod 2. For some reason that's not working, but I'll have to check that in the future. So I see you using this on a more regular basis for my iPhone for a backup if my field recorder, I don't have it with me, or interviews or something like that. So go check it out. Tascam PCM Recorder.